Today we're going to talk about how to use the container gardening kit. This kit includes 3 12-inch pots, potting mixture, and 3 packets of seeds: basil, lettuce, and green onion. The first step is to moisten the potting mix. You will be given an adequate amount to fill all 3 of your containers. It's best to mix the potting mix in some sort of container or bucket. You want to add water a little bit at a time and thoroughly mix the potting soil with the water. This may take a little bit of time, mixing and mixing. Please do not make the potting mixture too wet. You want it to be the consistency of a wet sponge that's wrung out. When your potting mix is adequately moistened, you want to fill your container 1 to 2 inches from the top. When your pots are ready, open up your seed packet and you'll find that the seeds are very small. Put maybe about 10-20 seeds in your hand and gently sprinkle 1 or 2 seeds every few inches throughout your pot. When your seeds have been put in the pot, you can gently mist them. If you don't have a mister, you can use water, but be very careful not to dislodge the seeds. Make sure also that your seeds are covered with additional moistened soil mixture. The seeds should be covered about the same depth as their size. It's very important that you keep the seeds moistened until they germinate. Germinate means when they pop up through the soil. The seeds will germinate in your pot in about a week or so, depending on the temperature. Once they do germinate, make sure that they get at least 6 hours of sunlight a day. Also, make sure to water the potting mix whenever it's dry to the touch. You can just check by seeing how the soil feels 1 to 2 inches below the surface. On hot sunny days, your plants may need to be watered twice a day. Make sure you gently water your plants. And if they are seedlings that are growing, make sure that you water at the soil level. Try not to keep or get the leaves wet. When your plants are about 3 to 4 inches tall, they may need to be thinned if they're crowded together. Make sure you leave 1 healthy, good-looking lettuce in the lettuce pot, 1 or 2 basil plants evenly spaced in the basil pot, and a few green onions in the onion pot. They will grow best if they're not crowded together. If you take out the smaller seedlings carefully with the roots and stem in good shape, you may be able to transplant them to another pot if you have one. If not, you can just take a pair of scissors and cut out the plants that you don't want to use. If you grow your pots indoors, it's a good idea to put drip trays underneath the pots to catch any water that seeps out from the bottom of the pot. A drip tray could be anything that's leak-proof, something like this tray right here. It could be a shallow bowl. It could be pie plate. It could be plastic container. or an aluminum container. Anything that you have around the house that will keep the water from leaking out all over the place. If your plants are grown indoors, make sure that your plants get at least 12 hours of bright light each day. A south-facing window is best. If you don't have enough light on a windowsill, you can grow your plants under grow lights. The lettuce and basil leaves can be snipped off at their bases where they join the stem. You can snip them off leaf by leaf, but the plant will continue to grow. Even if for some reason your basil plant stem gets snipped off, like this one did by squirrels, your basil will still grow from the stem. If you see your basil plant starting to form a flower stalk, it's a good idea to take off the entire flower stalk to allow your plant to have all its energy going to the leaves. The lettuce that you're growing in your kit is a heat-resistant variety. However, if you notice that the lettuce that you're growing is starting to taste a little bit on the bitter side, that means that it is getting a little bit too warm. All you need to do is pull that lettuce plant out of your pot, wait for cooler weather, and start more lettuce seeds. If you have any questions about your container garden or the plants, or if you would like to share photos of your container garden, please make note that this pamphlet contains information for the Facebook page group. You can also contact your county horticulture educator listed in the website. We really would like to see how your gardens are doing. Happy gardening!